I wanna get found. One more mile.
Hockey Night in Canada and the NHL on Sportsnet present the Stanley Cup Final.
Because there is no tomorrows now. This is it. We gotta pull this one out.
The heat is on the street. Inside your head, on every beat, and the beats alive deep inside. Pressure's high, just to stay alive. 'Cause the heat is on.
Rarely tested. Only had to make 36 stops combined in the opening 2 victories for Colorado. And he has made 18 stops so far tonight. Chernak's pass does reach Ryan McDonough, red lining in, and there's a touch for Kemper, who lumps it down for Manson.
Chris, the last shot he took was 44 minutes in real time ago. I mean, sitting in the room for all that time, that's quite incredible.
And he'll take those all for the rest of the night, won't he? From center ice. Puck in the Lightning zone. O'Connor was looking for it. Out comes Riley Nash. One-on-one against Eric Johnson. Nash in behind the net. And Johnson got enough of him as it squirts to the side of the cage, and Kemper will cover up. So we passed the midway mark of the third period here at Amalie Arena. Still a 1-goal Avalanche lead.
Oh my God. It's got my name on it. I don't think I have anything with my name on it, so thank you.
Summer drink days are on at McDonald's McCafe. Enjoy refreshing Coca-Cola or delicious McCafe premium roast iced coffee. So bring on the heat and cool down with your favorite size Coca-Cola or iced coffee all summer long.
There are no limits to how high you can go, how far you'll take it at the Jeep No Limit sales event. Get into a Jeep Wrangler and choose from our extensive inventory. Or Jeep Grand Cherokee. Select owners get up to $4,000 in total discounts, plus a 1% finance rate reduction. The Jeep No Limits event, where adventure has no limits.
What's going on?
Strays returns for a brand new season.
That sounds awesome.
Extremely. It's a huge deal.
I want all the deets.
This fall on CBC and CBC Gem.
This is a medevac. There's only us and what we have on this plane.
Nurses, pilots, dust-ups, breakups, hookups.
Here we go.
This is SkyMed 911 medevac requesting priority.
Quite a series. We're 9:19 away from either a cup presentation or perhaps overtime and on to Game 7. How's it going to end up? The 2-time defending Stanley Cup champions. What do they have left? Late pass Kucherov and rolls down the ice, and that is just enough for icing.
Well, so much has been made about the fatigue, the injuries, the guys who are banged up. This is what you dream, and this is how you play the game to get to this moment. And this group on the one side trying to keep that cup in their possession has done everything possible to find a way to get playing, to get in there. And you know the guys on the other side, this period has been a pretty good clinic defensively.
Face-off won by Stamkos. A pass back for Sergachev. Seemed to surprise him, and Lehkonen will send them back. 20th game of the postseason for Colorado, the 23rd for Tampa Bay. Taken to 7 by Toronto, 6 by the New York Rangers. A couple of sweeps for the Colorado Avalanche. And a 6-game set against St. Louis. Lehkonen knocked down. Here's McKinnon up with the puck. For Nichushkin. Checked by Kucherov, who backhands it back inside the Avalanche line. And that big line for Tampa Bay goes to the bench. So they've only got 2 or 3 shifts left. As it stands now to find the equalizer. McDonough knocked down a shoot-in and then missed Perry with the pass, and that's icing against Tampa Bay.
And now you get a little bit anxious. You go back on experience. John Cooper's talked about it all through the playoffs, his group and their belief in what they can. But you also have an eye on that clock. You understand just how difficult in this period. They've had 1 shot from outside the blue line in the first 12 minutes of this third. So you're looking for a spark from someone to get things going.
Landeskog wins the draw. Kadri's got it to the net. A rebound. Landeskog back towards Vasilevsky, who was able to hold it out with some heavy traffic around that net.
Once again, it's just winning the battles and keeping the play going forward. I mean, right now, the traffic in front has been a bit of an issue at times. There's a good job of Landeskog, though, fighting off Colton. And if nothing else, you get another offensive zone faceoff. I mean, this entire period, from a faceoff perspective, seemingly has been in the Tampa Bay zone. And if you're the Avalanche, that's exactly what you want.
Ball 9-7 now as Colorado won that face-off in the offensive zone. Landeskog working along the boards. Chernak knocked it loose, and now McDonough's able to work it out. Corey Perry collided there with Kadri, who went down, and nearly looked like an odd man rush developing for Tampa Bay. Dug out there by Perry. Back to the line for Ruda. Sends it around to the near side. Falls after it. Kadri clears. Under 7.5 minutes to go here in the third. Still a 1-goal Colorado lead. Stamkos in the first. McKinnon and Lehkonen in the second. Nico Sturm trying to force a mistake. Belmar ahead. The board lines out. Maybe for the last time in regulation time. Although Kucherov out there with him, and he got checked inside the line.
Paul Byron, there you see the number there. He had a chance to get off earlier when the puck was around the blue line for Tampa. Now you're going to have an icing and an opportunity for Tampa. They haven't had many chances offensively. They haven't had many face-offs to give Cooper an opportunity, and here's facing down one of the niftiest stick handlers, and you can see the panic a little bit on Newhook, but he does a heck of a job just closing the 5-hole there, doesn't allow that one to poke through.
You can see Byram's been stuck for almost 2 minutes. Kucherov now joined by Stamkos and Palat, and a clean win, but almost too clean. Splits the defense and comes out. Here's Stamkos working his way back in. Byram not off yet. Kucherov right on! And Kemper has that best chance on net here in the third period. And both chances for Tampa Bay have come off the stick of 86.
You saw Byram poking his goaltender on the head, as you saw Makar wanted Byram on that faceoff win to jot to the bench. Instead, he stayed on. You're a little bit lax. You're back there, and boy, it has been a pedestrian-type period for Kemper. There's his best save on just the second shot.
Byram's got to know that all the small things matter now. From the draw scrum, and it's found by Manson. Around off the boards past Chernak. that hit anybody? Doesn't know. They're going to wave icing here. They rule that Sergachev could have played that. Stamkos ahead. McKinnon comes back and dumps it back to center. Victor Hedman. Pass for Kucherov. Stopped up at the line. Bouncing puck with Lehkonen. Unable to get it deep as it's flipped down by Hedman, who has been a force in the last 3 or 4 games of this series after an uncharacteristic for Hedman start. Played out to center and back is Byram. Across for Erik Johnson, the longest tenured Colorado Avalanche player. Been here for 11 years and waiting for a moment that might be just over 5.5 minutes away. Here's Sergachev up for Hagel. And offside called at the Colorado line. Under 5.5 minutes remaining in a 1-goal Game 6.
When did we stop just playing? Times might have changed, but the best stories always start when we get outside and play. We don't have to be young to play. Playing keeps us young. It takes us on adventures, and it keeps us dreaming of that one perfect shot. Whatever you're raising, come out and play.
Introducing Tim's new Loaded Bowls. Same delicious loaded wrap ingredients, new way to enjoy them.
They're hungry all the time. When we're en route to soccer, it's our game day tradition to always stop at Tim Hortons.
Each loaded bowl is packed with tasty grains, your choice of slow-cooked or crispy seasoned chicken, and our flavorful habanero or cilantro lime sauce.
You got your vegetables, you got your protein.
I'm getting it every time.
I love meals in a bowl.
Deliciously satisfying. New Tim's Loaded Bowls and Wraps. Try one today.
That's the sound of our daughter using her Mido card to buy tickets to her favorite band.
Our favorite band. They spend it, you see it. Mido, helping kids learn, earn, and spend smart.
With the NHL app, stay on the edge of your seat and don't miss a minute of the action during the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Top Performer is brought to you by the GMC Terrain AT4 and Elevation. Well, we've been talking about it all night. Might as well take a look at beautiful Lord Stanley itself. Phil Pritchard there, always a top performer at this time of year. Gabe Landeskog said before the game he loved the demeanor of his group all day today. Do they have enough to finish off the final 526? 21 years since Joe Sakic last hoisted it as Colorado captain. Will Landeskog get to touch it here tonight, Chris?
Avalanche looking for an engraved invitation to raise the cup tonight. In comes Victor Hedman. Hedman will kick it back to Sergachev. Shot! And that just went wide. Might have been tipped. All whack at it. Blocked in front by Manson, and the high flip out to center. Sergachev able to recover that with Helm trying to break in. Here comes Bolton. Shot blocked. And it'll be Helm working it back to the Lightning line. You can feel Tampa Bay ready to mount their final push here. Polo is in. Corey Perry knocked down out of midair, but it ricocheted back to Rantanen. Under 5 to go, and Colorado works it up to center ice. McKinnon back on the ice, chasing Chernak back. Across it comes to Perry. Back to Chernak. Perry to the bench, and back out comes Palat with Stamkos and Kucherov. Makar lost an edge and crashes into the inboards. Able to quickly retrieve his stick, and it comes to Lehkonen, who plays it out. Charging after this is Rantanen, no icing, as it doesn't reach the goal line. Rantanen off the boards in front, and it ends up deflecting past Kadri and played back into Colorado ice. Chopped away there by Byram. Up for Landeskog. The captain slides past the Jack. Able to work his way in deep against Stamkos. The captain's dueling there along the end boards. Under 4 to go here in the third. Nichushkin feeds the point. Johnson's shot knocked down in front. Stamkos there to play it away for Maroon. And out at center ice, it's Landeskog dispatching it back into the Tampa Bay zone. 3.5 left. The pass knocked down to Chushkin. A one-timer fanned on by Helm. Aaron Helm left it behind the net. Sergachev for Maroon, not out. Kept in at the line. Helm back, trying to force a mistake by Vasilevsky. Chopped ahead for Riley Nash. It'll come out to center and off a skate there, picked up by Maroon. Here's Nash over the line. Nash hooks it in deep for Bellemare, who was unable to corral it. Cogliano gets rid of it, and Logan O'Connor one-on-one against Chernak. Here's O'Connor in deep. The Denver University grad lays it back in behind the cage. It'll be sent back to the line for Erik Johnson. Around to the near side, Arturi Lehkonen's all over the ice. He's knocked down by Cirelli. Jarred loose by McKinnon. Byron's shot doesn't get to the net. And here's Brandon Hagel to work. Hagel through center. Stepping up on him is Johnson. Has played past him deep. Here's Cirelli winning a board battle. Back to the line for Victor Hedman. And across, Sergachev rolled it in front. But not to the net, and Rantanen clears. Won't be now long now to Vasilevsky, who's edging out of the net. It's sent in deep, and Vasilevsky's gone to the bench. Extra attacker is coming on for Tampa Bay. Knocked down along the boards was Killorn. Puck loose and sent back out to center. 6 skaters for the Tampa Bay Lightning as Hedman worked back. Palat up ahead is Perry, the extra man up there with the Stamkos line. Palat for Hedman. And now it's pass across Kucherov. Perry buried in front. Lehkonen flailing as the puck comes to the side of the net, off the glass, and out. 90 seconds left in regulation time. And we've got an injured.
No, Landeskog has no skill.
Landeskog, no. And he's going to crawl to the bench. And finally gets off just in the nick of time. That puck skitters down. Might not be enough. It just is for icing with 75 seconds left. And Gabe Landeskog needs a new tire.
Well, here's the hard pass across that Kucherov tries desperately to get through. Kick save and a beauty, but it knocked the steel right out. So now all of a sudden he's vulnerable. McKinnon's trying to help him, trying to push him as much as he can. Now the puck's coming back the other way, and as this thing goes along for the icing, watch the help. Byron and Compher pull him up. And now all kinds of confusion of who should be the 5 players for Colorado. As you saw, Landeskog had no steal. Erik Johnson went into the room, and he had originally been out there. Now he's back, so you've got quite a bit of time to get your composure. Now both coaches trying to signal who's going where.
Giddens been out a minute 40, but getting time to catch his breath here. Stamkos going to take the draw. Nick Paul there as well, and Keith Stamkos gets waived. Nathan McKinnon out to do the honors. And he's had a good night in the face-off circle, but Stamkos prevails. Loose puck. Nick Paul right on. And a rebound comes back out to center, and they'll have to recalculate out there with now into the final minute of regulation time. Stopped up by Kemper. Sent around. Corey Perry knocked it down as teams tried to clear. A board battle down there with Nick Paul in the midst of it. And seconds ticking off the clock. They still struggle on the boards. Knocked loose. Manson plays it back. Kucherov's got it. The dangerous Kucherov shot off the leg. Gets it again. Broke his stick. And a chance for McKinnon to clear. And he does. And this one slowly down the ice. And no icing. Hedman can't believe it. 2 dozen seconds to go. Hedman slowly ahead to the red line. Over on that left wing for Palat. He's forced out. And it comes back in. And back is Steven Stamkos. Back in his own zone, chased by McCarr. The dynasty will be denied. And a new legacy begins. They've reached the summit. And the Avalanche are 2022 Stanley Cup champions. Lightning had hoped to win their third consecutive. Instead, it's the Avalanche winning their third ever Stanley Cup in a tremendous battle between two great teams.
It never waver from just the difference between winning and losing. Look at the emotions on the one side, the anguish on the other. The Avalanche talked about learning lessons along the way, and how about that third period on the road, a one-goal lead. They played just a marvelous period, most of it in the offensive zone, most of it under control, but still aggressive. And the range of emotions going through their top players. What a year for Cale Makar. Nathan MacKinnon with a huge goal tonight to get his team back. And Darcy Kemper wasn't tested all that much. He made the one big save when he needed to in the third period. And the two-time defending champs get there for the third, but unable to close the deal. But what a journey it's been again for the Lightning. Just an incredible year.
Gabe Landeskog and the captains, Steven Stamkos, meet at center ice. And everyone will be congratulating Andrei Vasilevsky, who almost made you feel that the Lightning would be unbeatable with him in goal.
Really incredible, isn't it? This last three-year period he gives lots of mutual admiration down there as the big players. There's the two Norris Trophy finalists, the winner, Cale Makar, obviously. But Vasilevsky done everything to keep this journey going.
A Norris Trophy, a Calder for Cale Makar, a first All-Star, and MacKinnon and Stamkos, who battled throughout this.
Well, for Nathan MacKinnon, what a signature game. You know, coming in, okay, you got a goal and 4 points, but all the focus on dominating a series. There's a great sight as Kemper gives his respect to Vasilevsky and back and forth. But MacKinnon with a goal and an assist in the biggest game of his life.
And the Vasi chants here echoed down from the fans remaining at Amalie. Jared Bednar talked about Nate MacKinnon reaching the Steve Yzerman stage of his career where it wasn't at all about stats, points, it was about team victories. And Corey Perry's family disappointed for the third consecutive year. Remember Brad Richards once saying how cruel it was when one of his teammates had lost 2 in a row. To think, I guess the only consolation for Corey Perry is he does know what it feels like to be a Stanley Cup champion.
And the streak ends for Patrick Maroon too after winning those 3 in a row. Corey Perry, though, all kinds of respect. A 19-goal regular season. He did everything in his power to keep it going.
John Cooper said that Perry exceeded expectations on the ice. And there's Jared Bednar, the first coach to win championships at the ECHL, AHL, and Stanley Cup level.
And what a job he did just keeping an even keel and a real focus for his team. This is a team that had a clear purpose, and their head coach kept everyone dialed in, kept everyone believing. This team went through the playoffs without losing 2 in a row, and the end result is a handshake that's going to feel pretty darn good at the end of this one.
Former Humboldt Broncos going to take the cup back to Humboldt this summer. And John Cooper with some respect for the veteran of that Colorado team, Eric Johnson, who was a teammate of Milan Hajduk. Peter Forsberg briefly and Adam Foote, link between the 2001 team and this 2022 Colorado Championship team.
And Joe Sakic, you think of the 2 times lifting the cup back in '96 in Florida, and then of course 2001 beating the New Jersey Devils and handing it off to Ray Bourque. What a job he's done as general manager.
The 2 coaches exchange congratulations. Just thinking about John Cooper, who talked about how he marveled at his team's ability to come off the mat, and now they're being saluted, and rightfully so, from this crowd. 2 consecutive championships and a run that comes up 2 games short of what would have been recognized as one of the all-time great teams, and I think it still will be in some circles, despite the frustration you see as they leave the ice. Let's go down to ice level. Here's Kyle.
Okay, Chris, alongside the Norris Trophy winner and now Stanley Cup champion, Cale Makar. All of that within a week. Tell me what's going through your mind right now.
I mean, I don't know. Like, you see all the fans behind our bench here, and I mean, it's emotional. Like, all I can think about right now is everybody that helped me along the way, and I mean, everybody that's worked so hard on this team and deserves it. I mean, I'm almost started crying for Cogs there and Jack, and I don't know. I'm speechless right now.
You come here in 2019, some setbacks along the way. Why was this group able to push it over the finish line?
I mean, the pieces that we brought in at the deadline were so big. I just talked about Cogs, but him, Mance, and Lecky, obviously, just leaders on our team. And Cogs, we had a great discussion yesterday as a team, and he calmed us all down kind of, and I think it showed tonight. So a lot of credit goes to those guys, but oh man, it's just, I can't even picture this. This is incredible.
Got your dad, Gary, your mom, of course, family in the crowd here. I heard you say once that you're afraid of heights, but I got to ask, how good is the view from atop the hockey world?
I mean, it's amazing. Like you said, it's amazing to have my parents in the building tonight, and I don't know where they are, but oh, this is just, I'm just so happy for all these guys, man. It's Nate, Landy, EJ, everybody that's been here for so long and worked so hard, and to finally have that payoff and all the success that we've had the past few years, it's so amazing for them. So I'm so proud of the boys, and I don't know what else to say. It's amazing.
You said it all, Cale. Congratulations.
Awesome. Thanks very much.
Chris.
29 points for Makar in the playoffs, 115 on the year. A superstar emerged this season in number 8.
Well, how about 10 years as captain for Gabe Landeskog? A youngster when he took the C. You go through the ups and downs, both individually and team-wise, and there's the leadership group recognizing the excellence of the youngsters that have really one of the reasons why the Avalanche have been able to get here. Hard not to feel good for Gabe Landeskog and the journey that he's had. You saw the hug from Nathan MacKinnon and Erik Johnson, basically tackled each other at the end of the game as well.
Back to Kyle with the captain.
Okay, Chris, Gabe, it's one thing to chase your dream. It's quite another to catch it. Leave you to describe the emotions you're feeling right now.
I don't know how. I mean, it's just, you just look at all these guys, and I mean, it's not such a motivation, inspiration being with these guys, and Andrew Cogliano and Erik Johnson and Helmer, and want to make those guys champions, and I think that's what motivated all of us, is to make each other champions, and what a way to do it in this building against the back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. I mean, can't even describe it.
You were saying before the series, your youngest daughter has seen the commercials of the previous captains holding the Stanley Cup. Maybe it hasn't quite sunk in yet. It will perhaps resonate more seeing Dad lift it up momentarily.
Yeah, I think she's watching at home right now, and I'm just so excited to be part of this group, and you know, I'm sure one day she'll understand, and my little one-year-old boy too, and it's just so special when you have little ones, and you know, you just want to make them proud and want to be able to tell them that Daddy's a champion, and that's just, it's special.
Let you go enjoy it with your teammates, Gabe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chris.
Been leading by example since he was 19, and there's the other key heartbeat of this team, Nate. you've won something now.
He set the tone, didn't he, after the disappointment of last year, and the mission has been clear, it's been focused, and it's been reached.
Well, Commissioner Gary Bettman, unfortunately, has tested positive for COVID. In his place, Deputy Commissioner Bill Taylor will present the Conn Smythe Trophy and the Stanley Cup.
Gentlemen, please direct your attention to the ice as NHL Deputy Commissioner Bill Daly presents the Conn Smythe Trophy to the most valuable player of the 2022 Stanley Cup playoffs.
The Conn Smythe Trophy is awarded annually to the most valuable performer in the Stanley Cup playoffs. This year's winner scored 29 points in only 20 Stanley Cup games, the highest point total by a defenseman in nearly 30 years. Congratulations to the 2022 Conn Smythe Trophy winner, Colorado Avalanche defenseman Cale Makar.
Cale Makar, the youngest since Jonathan Taves, to win the Conn Smythe, and only Bobby Orr and Serge Savard, younger when they won.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Stanley Cup.
Congratulations both to the Lightning and the Avalanche organizations for their terrific seasons and for giving us a spectacular Stanley Cup final. For the Lightning, this was their third Stanley Cup final appearance in 3 years. A feat that is unmatched in the NHL in nearly 40 years, and one that's never been accomplished before during the salary cap era. Congratulations to owner Jeff Vinik, general manager Julien Brisebois, head coach John Cooper, and all the Lightning players on this tremendous accomplishment. For the Avalanche, it's been 21 long years since they hoisted the Stanley Cup. But with a tremendous regular season and a dominant playoff performance, they've climbed the mountain and are on top of the mountain again. Congratulations, first and foremost, to the Avalanche players for their commitment, their sacrifice, and their achievement in winning the most sought-after trophy in all of professional team sports. Congratulations also to owners Stan and Josh Kroenke, general manager Joe Sakic, Chris McFarland, Charlotte Graham, head coach Jared Bednar, and the entire coaching staff. On behalf of the National Hockey League and Commissioner Gary Bettman, I have the privilege to invite Avalanche captain Gabriel Landeskog to come over and accept and hoist the Stanley Cup.
Johnson, the old roommates, Landeskog's first roommate, hands it off to the longest-serving member of the Colorado Avalanche.
Through the ups and downs and the trials and tribulations, you think maybe it'll never happen. A magical year, a magical moment that you'll remember forever. And always great to see how teammates react to each other. And here, not surprisingly, Andrew Cogliano, 1,140 games in the National Hockey League, his 115th playoff. And this moment he's been dreaming of his entire life.
He's on the losing side against Tampa Bay in Dallas, and you heard all the references during the interviews when the first players mentioned Andrew Cogliano, and here's the guy we've been waiting for, Cole Harbour. You've got another Stanley Cup.
Grizzled veteran, maybe last chance. PTO to start, came in, played a significant role. Gerard's injury gives Johnson 1,025 games in the National Hockey League. And this moment, another key contributor. When you get injuries, guys got to step in, and Johnson did, amazingly.
Sam Gerard was out of the lineup. Who's next as he looks around? And it's going to be Nazem Kadri, who comes back from the broken thumb for the biggest goal of his life, and now the biggest moment of his hockey career.
Chris, just the 9th player in all the history of the NHL winner in his first Stanley Cup final game. No bigger goal and no better moment for Nazem Kadri.
Well, a guy that we hope to see tonight, who has lifted the cup before, Andre Burakovsky, was with Washington. He scored in the first 2 games of the series, but unable to finish.
And how about Darcy Kemper? So much talk about the goaltender at the other end. Well, he did exactly what he needed to do, dealt with injury, got help from Pavel Francouz, but in the end did what he had to do to win. And what a great acquisition again by Joe Sakic, ending in this moment.
10 wins for Kemper, 6 for Francouz. Mikko Rantanen lifts it high as we join Kyle.
All right, Chris, thank you very much. Alongside Nathan MacKinnon. Nate, in your 9th year, not only did you win something, you won the big one. What was going through your mind throwing that thing over your head?
It's heavy, man. What a feeling. Just to share with these guys, watching a guy like Cogliano hoist the trophy just means the world to all of us. That's what it was all about for the whole playoffs, just about the guys in the room and how much we care about each other, and it's just surreal. It hasn't really sunk in yet. So.
Nate, I know you put so much pressure on yourself to be great every night. What does it feel like now to be able to finally exhale knowing that the job is done?
It's unbelievable. This is what we work for. I can't wait to hug my dad. Just to share with people you love, that's what it's all about. So it's not really about me. It's about sharing it with my teammates and my family. So it means everything.
You mentioned the people you love. You've been a guest at a couple of Stanley Cup parties back home in Cole Harbour. What's it going to be like to host one?
Well, he better be coming. I've been the drunkest guy at 2 of his, so he better be drunk at mine. But it's cool. I have my name engraved on the cup with 87, my idol, and along with all the best players that ever play this game. So we all do. Get it engraved with these 26 Warriors. It's just a dream come true.
Hey, congratulations, man.
Thanks.
David and Elliot.
Yeah, we're here with Nazem Kadri. Kadri, listen, this is something you've dreamed of since you were a little guy. What's it like now? You hoist the cup, you're a champion.
It still feels like a dream. Really, it feels even better than I thought it would. So it's an incredible moment. The fashion we did it, the adversity we faced, it's picture perfect. This is incredible.
Your journey the last couple of weeks, you get injured against Edmonton, you didn't know if you'd be able to play, the game-winning goal the other night. Just take us through the emotion of the last few weeks.
Oh, it's such a roller coaster ride in terms of emotions. You know, obviously I break my hand. I think I'm done. I came back. I couldn't even tie my own skates. So I shout out to the trainer, tying my skates before every game. I don't care, whatever it took. I was going to be out here one way or another.
Naz, you have a lot of fans down in Southern Ontario, London, of course, Toronto, etc. What do you want to say to all those fans out there that have stuck with you and wanted to see you have this moment?
I love you guys. That's all there is to be said. I mean, I've had supporters in my corner from day one, never wavered. And, you know, for everyone that thought I was a liability in the playoffs, you can kiss my ass.
Congratulations.
Sammy Girard, who was hurt in the St. Louis series, gets to lift the cup. A key member. You mentioned Jack Johnson had to come in. Just thinking back, Kadri unveiling the fact that he couldn't even do up his skates, and we'll hear those stories now about how badly hurt a lot of players were on both sides to get to this moment.
Yeah, here's where the journey is so worth it. And you hear about teammates. Here's a pretty big teammate down with Kyle, Andrew Cogliano.
Yes, Craig, thank you very much. Andrew, each person we have interviewed here so far said one of the people they are most happy for is you, to get this moment with the Stanley Cup. What's going through your mind?
Yeah, I don't know, not a whole lot. Yeah, it's tough to process right at the moment. You know what, I think that last 2 minutes, I just had my head straight forward and counted down the seconds. But you know what, I can't really describe it right now. I think it's surreal doing it with this team. It's a great bunch of guys. It was a team that really came together all playoffs and had a mission right from the beginning. And it's just obviously completely satisfying.
You know, one of your favorite players growing up was Joe Sakic. What was your reaction when you got the phone call from him near the trade deadline that you were coming here and had a chance to win?
Yeah, obviously just revitalized me, and you know, I was able to come to a place to have a chance to do this, and you know, I laid on the line, and I try to fit in and play a role for the team, and obviously just fit in, and we did it. It's I don't know, can't really describe it as of right now.
All right, Andrew, congrats. Thank you for the time.
Thank you very much.
David and Elliot.
You know, Jared, I think of that first year. You started late. It was such a hard year, and you always felt that it was going to end well. When that clock was counting down and Rantanen was jumping off the bench, what's going through your head?
I mean, I was in disbelief, honestly. Yeah, it's still kind of sinking in. It's just surreal. I'm just so happy that our guys got rewarded for the hard work they put in. I mean, they've been an amazing group all season long, more determined than ever after the last couple seasons. And seeing guys like Landy, EJ, McKinnon, watching them get rewarded and seeing the smiles on their faces, I mean, still sinking in. It's hard to believe, but I mean, it feels great.
Jared, just 5 years ago, 60 losses, dead last in the NHL. To go from that team in that situation to Stanley Cup champions, how do you explain this?
A lot of hard work. I mean, the whole organization being on the same page from Joe on down, or ownership group on down. And I mean, it's just been amazing.
We'll let you go celebrate. Yeah.
Time for the coach to lift the cup. Jared said in his first interview with Joe Sakic, Joe told him this was the kind of team he was looking for in style. And after a 48-point rookie season as a head coach, they're now lifting the cup 6 years later. And a coaching staff that's been together for 5 years, Ray Bennett, Nolan Pratt, Jussi Parkkila, the goaltending coach.
When you hear the common words by coach and player talking about the team, and there's Joe Sakic, what a different feeling that must be. Joe the player did it twice, now Joe the GM gets to raise it again over his head.
And the rest of the staff will get a chance. It's the goaltending coach, Jussi Parkkila. Speaking of the Finns, they win the Olympics, they win the World Championship, and now Mikko Rantanen, Arturi Lehkonen, and company will take a Stanley Cup back to Finland too. Let's check back in with David Elliott and Darcy Kemper.
That's right, Darcy Kemper. All Saskatoon has a big smile on their face right now. You can't hide that smile. What's going through your head right now?
I'm just, trying to let this all soak in, and it doesn't even feel real right now. So this is unbelievable.
Darcy, you're up against the other guy who's the best in the world, the best in the business, and you're going through the ups and downs. What do you tell yourself when it's 1-0 in this game and you can't let up another one?
Yeah, I mean, just watch the way we defended this game. The guys were so great. They've been great all year, and it's an honor to play with them, and they make my job pretty easy. So I just go out there and try to do what I can.
Darcy, when you think about your personal journey, this is now your 4th team. The eye injury in the first round. Who do you think about when you were able to show the amount of resilience it took personally to get to this part?
Just my whole life, just keep pushing and keep believing yourself. And I got to thank my family. They never let me stop believing. And these guys have had my back since the day I got traded here. They're unbelievable, and this is so special.
Stanley Cup champ, congrats.
Kyle with Joe Sakic. Kyle?
Elliot, thank you. Joe, does the cup feel any heavier 21 years later?
Actually, it does. A little weaker now. But you know what? I'm so proud of this group. Amazing job all year, right from training camp. These guys were on a mission. They bought in. The coaches did a great job. And, I mean, they've been working so hard for this moment. I'm just so proud of all the guys.
Along this way, it wasn't steady growth. There were some bumps. How did you, in your position, stick with it and follow your gut?
Well, we just got a great group of guys, great group of leaders. That core is they're amazing, and they all want to win, and they all wanted to stick together and try and get this thing done. And yeah, you just every year you just try and get a little bit better, and it's all paid off. Like I said, this year has been an amazing run from all these guys. They faced a lot of adversity, and nothing fazed them. They just got up the next day and went to work and prepared and just went game by game and didn't look too far ahead. And last year we lost, and you could tell it hurt our guys, and they were going to do whatever they could this year to make this day possible.
Joe, you were one of the great captains in history. I would love to know what you thought of Gabe Landeskog and how he handled this entire journey.
He's an amazing captain. I mean, he was the youngest captain in the league for a reason. When he started, way back, I don't even know how many years ago it is now, but he's just a poised guy. He's got the locker room under control. He's a leader on and off the ice and in the community, and I couldn't be any happier for him. He's just a tremendous person, tremendous captain, tremendous player.
Joe, congratulations. Thank you.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Chris.
Joe raised that cup in '96 and 2001. This, by the way, the 10th comeback for the Avalanche this year. That matches a record last held by Pittsburgh in 2009. We always talk about how important the first goal is. 8-2 when they scored the first goal. 8-2 when the opponent scored the first goal. They were on a mission, and it didn't matter.
Yeah, it says a lot about just their even keel, as both Jared Bednar talked about, and of course Joe Sakic there. They believed in each other. They never panicked or overreacted. And interesting here, they don't want the Lightning logo in the middle of their picture, so they've got the championship banner behind them. This is one of my favorite moments, Chris, in 1988, Wayne Gretzky. Oh, there's a little bit of a tumble. It's
fumbled by Nicholas Aube-Kubel, and he may hear about that for the rest of his career. Yeah, and he won't care because he's right in the middle of it. And there's Eric Johnson. 2022 Stanley Cup champs. Gotta get that guy in there. team on top of the world, the Colorado Avalanche, the 2022 Stanley Cup champions. And what a run it has been. That sweep, and you think about Daryl Sutter's comments about a series would be a waste of 8 days against this team. They had 2 sweeps, beat St. Louis in 6, and they claimed the cup tonight in 6 games.
From chasing the cup to chasing birdies, Canada, it's time to come out and play.
The Colorado Avalanche are Stanley Cup champions. Gear up with the official locker room collection by Fanatics, available now at NHLshop.ca. Get your commemorative men's and women's Stanley Cup Champions t-shirt and official hat, the same ones the players wear as they hoist the Stanley Cup. Plus other one-of-a-kind championship designs and collectibles. Don't miss out. Shop now and get today's special offer. NHLshop.ca, a Fanatics experience.
The TD Aeroplan Visa Infinite Card. For a limited time, earn up to 45,000 bonus Aeroplan points that you can share with family. So you can go together. The TD Aeroplan Visa Infinite Card. Get benefits you can share with those who matter most. TD, ready to help you move forward.
Okay, what are we want? I'm dating someone too. Surprise.
Why am I holding this knife?
May the force be with you.
You have reception out here? Oh, yeah. Rogers. They're everywhere.
I've been everywhere, yeah. Crossed the prairies, bay, yeah. Shared my favorite trails, yeah. Sold stuff from anywhere, yeah. Got my high score there, yeah. I've been everywhere. Wearing campsite, Chateauguay, Ottawa, by the Bay, Moncton, Sudbury, Edmonton, Calgary, Grand Prairie, Sarnia, Brandon, Victoria, Fredericton, London, Kelowna, Hamilton.
New Family Guard Disinfectant Spray kills 99.9% of viruses and germs. Surprise is just one spray away. Yes, your world.
SC Johnson, a family company.
You have a reputation for being wild, but this time you really outdid yourself, borrowing hundreds of thousands of dollars. And if you don't pay it back, things really get out of hand. The refreshing taste of Coors Seltzer for your wildest of times.
Hey, babe, you need a nap.
No, I'm good.
Whose cat is that?
Who needs napkins when you've got pants? Playoff pants are back.
Champion Avalanche, what a moment here for Darcy Kemper of Saskatoon. Quite a national thread to this team. 2 from BC, 2 from Alberta, 2 from Saskatchewan, 1 from Manitoba, that's Helm, 2 from Ontario, 1 from Quebec, Girard's hurt right now, 1 from Nova Scotia, McKinnon, 1 from Newfoundland, Newhook. So coast to coast in Canada, the Dominion Challenge Trophy, the Stanley Cup. Jennifer, Kelly, and Kevin, and we'll be interspersing Kyle and lots more interviews for you. Jennifer, your thoughts?
I mean, the emotion, right? It's special to see it, and the guys you talk to, whether it's Makar, whether it's McKinnon, it was for the other guys, and that was the common thread within that locker room. What was doing it for your teammates, and I think back to 2 weeks ago when we talked to these guys at Media Day before the Stanley Cup final started, and they talked about dreaming about this moment when they were young kids, and to see the hugs and to see the excitement, the gratitude for these guys has just been spectacular. You think about the game, the performance tonight, the ability to shut it down, and they were true to themselves in terms of what we expected from them coming into this series. It was different people. I think every game it was a different story, whether it was your depth guys or your stars that came to shine. Just an incredible story and a team effort for these guys.
Yeah, I look at this team and, man, did they ever earn it? Like, they started to take over this game in the second period. There's a lot of pressure on this team, especially in the first period, and they came through. And the way in which they played the third period, they clearly had the advantage over Tampa. There really wasn't a push from Tampa, and I give them so much credit, the Tampa Bay Lightning, for the way in which they've played. But these guys, the Colorado Avalanche, they're true champions, and they did it the right way. They did not back into this championship and just rely on one or two guys, Jennifer, as you mentioned. Everybody was a big part of it.
Kathy and Graham met them the first time he played in the Q. It was at Charlottetown with the Halifax Mooseheads, and it's a big time for Halifax because Wendell Young, the old goaltender, buddy of yours, Kelly, he won the Chicago Wolves the Calder Cup, so they'll have lots of partying going on in Halifax. Let's check out Erik Johnson. Kevin, before we get to you, Erik Johnson with Kyle.
Erik, the Avs fans, they've stuck around here. What do you think looking up at this?
I'm looking at 5 of my best friends that came in from Minnesota. We grew up playing hockey together. I don't know if they took a Greyhound down here or how they got here, but they're here, and I just made eye contact with them. Unbelievable. My mom and dad are here, my sister, my girlfriend, but first and foremost, I'm just so proud of our guys. I mean, everyone sees us parading the cup around, but there's such a big contingent behind the scenes of staff and support staff that get us on the ice and ready to play every night. I'm so proud of them and my teammates. And 5 years ago, Kyle, we were dead last in the NHL, and today we're Stanley Cup champions. I've been with Nate and Gabe their entire careers, most of mine, and to do it together with them is extra special.
Well, 5 years ago, 11 years ago, you come here, you're telling me in the middle of a 12-game winless skid, and now you stand here Stanley Cup champion. So the question is, Erik, was it worth the wait?
That and some. Been through a lot. Injuries, heartbreak, disappointment, but really all that matters is if you believe in yourself, and if you surround yourself with people that believe in you, you can accomplish great things. Just try to stick with it and work hard, and good things happen. I'm so grateful to be standing here.
Erik, I'll let you go enjoy it. Thank you for the time. Congrats.
Appreciate it, Kyle. Thank you.
Excellent. That's a defenseman receiving the Stanley Cup from the captain, Landeskog. Of course, Curtis Lesishin, Ray Bourque also receiving from Joe Sakic the Stanley Cup when they won it in the past. Always big defenseman. Here's another one. Josh Manson down to David and Elliott.
Josh, it's such a crazy year. You're in Anaheim. You don't know where you're going to go. You don't know what the future is. You hope you get the right place. You got the right place.
Yeah. It was a bit of a shock getting traded, but I didn't know what the future would hold. Just trusted in God's plan, and took me to this moment, and it's surreal.
Josh, you, amongst all the players out here, such warriors through the last 8 weeks. Can you describe physically the toll you, Kadri, Cogliano, I can go on and on, the pain and suffering it takes to win and become a champion?
Well, some of those guys, the things they're playing through tonight and through the series, even the last series, it's unbelievable. I mean, the broken bones, the hurt, all the pain, it's all worth it. So many guys stepped up and did their jobs.
You as much as anyone else knows how hard this is, because hockey has been in your family for multiple generations. Celebrate it with your dad. What's it going to be like when you see it?
I can't even put it into words. I watched him come close, and I understood from a young age how hard it is to win this thing. And I saw them there up in the stands with my wife and my daughter and my in-laws, and it was emotional. I can't wait to see them, and I can't wait to share this with my whole family. They've been by my side through everything, through the trade, and it's going to be amazing to celebrate it with them.
Congrats, Josh.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, men. Kevin.
Well, it's super fulfilling to see Josh Manson win a Stanley Cup, right? Like, I saw him as a young guy in the league and, you know, young single guy, and now he's married, he's got kids, and he's a Stanley Cup champion, and that's what's so great about our sport. And Andrew Cogliano and Darren Helm and Eric Johnson, everybody who was interviewed mentioned somebody else. So they were happy as much for somebody else as they were themselves. And I think this team really, you know, we saw the potential in them for the last few years, especially when McKinnon and Landeskog started coming into their own and dominating and really overwhelming teams with a speed and a skill set that was superior to everybody. But let's also give some credit to the Tampa Bay Lightning. What a run they were on for 3 years, right? An insatiable appetite to win Stanley Cups. And now, finally, they met their match. There's a new heavyweight in town, and this is the team right there that deserved the win.
So right, they play the last game of the year 3 years in a row, all in 627 days, not even 3 years, so not even 2 complete years. Incredible. Bo Byram now and Kyle.
Well, Bo, the way you had to elevate in these playoffs because of injury, because of how well you were going, how sweet is the summit?
Yeah, it's a cliche, but it's hard to describe. You battle for so long, you dream of it your whole life, and now that it's here, I feel like I'm watching a movie. So it's very special.
Just think, you know, back in January, you were telling your family, I can't play and feel like this. To go from then and 6 months later, a Stanley Cup champion, what's the journey like?
I definitely didn't think I'd be here. 6 months ago, I didn't play for a long time, and to come back and just be along on this journey with the team and get to go to war every night, it's something I'll remember for the rest of my life, and it's really special to me.
So growing up in Cranbrook and then going to Lethbridge to elevate your level of play, the sacrifice your family made through all of that, where do they factor in this?
Yeah, they're huge. My mom and my dad. My dad's been my hero for a long time. So just to win it for the people like that, yeah.
I know you're emotional, but I got to ask you one more. I understand you know the lyrics to Ice Ice Baby front and back. How often will that track be played this summer?
One too many times.
Perfect. Thank you, Bo. Congrats.
Thank you very much.
One too many. That's a good one for Sean, his dad. Was that not special? He's from Cranbrook, BC. We're going to head all the way over to the City of Legends, St. John's. The Bob Cole family, very good friends of the New Hooks. Here's Alex now.
It's late in Newfoundland, but they're up watching. What do you want to say to them?
Yeah, I don't know where to start. The support I've gotten, throughout my whole life, but especially this playoff run has been indescribable. I'm so proud to be from Newfoundland and the people there. It's for them for sure.
When you think about the people that put in all the time, all the sacrifices, all those early mornings to the rink, all those late night practices, what do you want to say to those folks who help support you?
First and foremost, my mom and dad, they're not here tonight, but they've done so much for me and continue to do so much for me. I love you guys, and this one's for you too.
I wanted to ask you, you're young, you're just beginning your career. You've seen a lot of players who are at the ends of their careers or later who've fought a long time for this. Yeah. Is there anyone in particular you saw the last few days that you looked at them and said, man, I hope we win it for this person?
Yeah, you know what? Cogs has been a big mentor for me since he got here. I've known him for a little bit before and stuff. So he was a guy I wanted to see win it. Jack Johnson, another guy that's been around forever, and I think he was really excited to be in this position to even play for it. So to get it for those guys, all the older guys, everyone here, it's huge.
Finally, Alex, that moment that you've been waiting for, when you actually got the Stanley Cup in your hands, you put it over your head. Describe that moment.
Yeah, I honestly can't describe it. It's crazy. I don't think it won't settle in for a while. Until I was holding it, it didn't feel real, and now we're champs. So.
Are you imagining your day with the cup yet? What that's going to be like back home?
I've tried not to think about it too much before we got here, but it's going to be a fun one. To share with my family and friends. Have it home in St. John's. It hasn't been back for a while, and it's coming home.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Stanley Cup's going to the Rock. Congrats.
Yes, sir. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
It is fantastic, and how far and wide the players reunite on a stage like this. Chelyabinsk, Russia is the home of Val Nichushkin. That's 8,553 kilometers. That's the farthest gap from any other town on the team, and that would be Abbotsford, British Columbia, home of Devon Toews with Kyle.
Devon, growing up in Abbotsford, the roller hockey down in the basement, your mom providing the national anthems. Now, how often in those moments did you think of a moment like this?
I mean, I think you think of it and, you dream of it, but, for a dream to come to fruition and, with this team and this group of guys and this organization is extra special for sure.
Think about, you were traded here in the middle of a pandemic. How did you go about establishing roots in Denver, and why has it clicked so well?
Yeah, it was tough, not knowing anybody here, but this team is like family. Everybody made my wife and I, our newborn baby and, our dog feel like we were at home right away. Anything we needed, help with anything, they were right there for us, and that's what family is, and that's why I think we consider ourselves such a good family on this team.
Great. So Cale Makar, Norris Trophy winner, Conn Smythe Trophy winner, he said you were the one that elevated his level of play this season. What does your defense partner mean to you?
Cale will always be Cale. Everything he does is special without me, and it's just fun to be along for the ride for him. And I'm so grateful he got to what he deserved with the Norris and the Conn Smythe and now the Stanley Cup, and just to be able to do it together is so special. He's such a good friend to me, and that Norris cost me an iPad that I got to give him, but it's worth it at this point.
Great. What's the story behind the iPad?
I told him early in the year. He sits across from me on the plane, and he watches on his tiny little iPhone. He's got like an iPhone mini. He watches his Netflix shows. This guy loves shows, too. He loves watching Netflix shows. And I said, if you win the Norris, I'll get you an iPad. I'll upgrade you. And, he went and did that. I don't know what he's going to expect for Conn Smythe or for everything else, but I guess I'll have to figure that one out.
Okay, great. Thanks for the story, Devon. Congrats.
Thank you. Take care.
Two things about that, Devon. We'll revisit the iPad at the end of the broadcast, but also when he was looking at a replay of the hit by Ross Colton earlier, he was using his gloves, and we found out tonight he has his one hand taped, so maybe he wasn't revealing that sore hand that Makar had. Amazing anyway.
There's
now,
things called laptops, too.
Yes, that's right, but that's way too expensive.
Exactly.
This is only the first cup. Best hot dogs in hockey, Skinner's Hot Dogs at Selkirk, Manitoba. That's Darren Helm's neck of the woods, and here he is with D.A. and Elliott.
Darren Helm, 2008 was a long time ago. Second time around for you. How do you appreciate this moment maybe a little differently than you did as a youngster in the league?
Well, I now see how hard it truly is to win this trophy. Unbelievable team we have here. Long 14-year grind, but proud of this group and the way we worked, and really enjoying this moment. Love it.
What was it like in the second intermission? Because you guys put on a clinic in the third, a defensive clinic. What was that second intermission like?
Well, it was just kind of the same message that we've been preaching the whole year. Just stay with it. Keep getting pucks deep, using our speed. Play fast out of the D zone. We got a confident group of guys there. Stuck with it all throughout the playoffs. Didn't let anything get us down. Just kept working. So we knew we felt good going in there.
Darren, 16-4. I mean, you didn't just win the Stanley Cup. This was a dominant performance for the last 2 months. Can you put your finger on, how this team has been able to just persevere through all of the expectations that you guys had both internally and externally?
Well, I think it's just the group in general. Different nights, guys stepping up. It's a deep team, guys that stick together, work together, and any given night there's a new hero. So we just grinded our way through, and most nights we knew that we were going to win and have a chance to win as long as we kept pushing through it, and we pulled off some wild games.
Last one for me is, as you mentioned, you won it when you were younger. There's a lot of guys here lifting it for the first time. I wonder if there's anyone you battled against over the years that you look at and say, I'm glad that person has this moment.
I mean, you could pick a few guys from this team that I'm extremely happy for. Obviously, the old guys like me, Jack and Cogs, amazing job what they did on this team. Man's coming in, EJ, I mean, the list goes on and on. Just really proud of this group and the way we worked.
Congratulations, Darren, again.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So that's a huge veteran presence like Cogliano. McKinnon's a 2013 number 1 overall. There's 5 members of the Avs, Burakovsky, Comfort, Nichushkin, and Arturi Lehkonen, who had the winning goal tonight, all from that 2013 draft. Obviously, the only one, McKinnon, from a Colorado draft standpoint. They acquired the others through trade. So, Jennifer, you've watched some of this. Anything else stand out?
Just the gratitude from the players. I mean, from this championship team, they're thankful. And it's not just for this moment, but they've all shown so much appreciation for the people that are important in their lives, whether it's family, whether it's friends, people that got them here. And you think about Byram, who gets teary-eyed when he's thinking about his dad, or Landeskog that was talking about his kids being proud of him. And for these guys, it's sharing this moment with all of those people who have been a part of this special journey for them.
I just think of Joe Sakic and the great job he's done, because these guys are going to be back. This is not a one-year wonder for the Colorado Avalanche. They are going to be back. Their core is too strong, and I just think the lessons they learned. Nathan MacKinnon talked last year after losing again in the second round and how difficult that was, and lessons learned, and they definitely built off that, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be sitting in some arena next year talking about the Avalanche back in the final.
Well, Kel, this is a copycat league. So every year there's a Stanley Cup champion awarded, and every other GM and coach in the league looks at that team and tries to dissect it. And how do we win? And Tampa Bay, obviously, with the goaltending and the big defensemen and the skilled forwards. But now you have a team overwhelmingly faster and more skilled than everybody else. Is this a changing of how teams are assembled in the future?
Kelly, you must appreciate Darcy Kemper. He loved Patrick Roy, so he watched Roy as a Colorado Avalanche, and for him to gather himself after the early goal.
Absolutely. That was brilliant, really, because I was a little bit critical of him giving up that first goal, and yet he was rock solid after that.
Jubilation, the Colorado Avalanche 2022 Stanley Cup playoffs. There you see Kemper getting rid of his gear to enjoy the party. We'll come back and wrap on Hockey Night in Canada and the Stanley Cup playoffs at Amalie Arena in Tampa.
Your mom's got to go.
She's family.
She's using my Old Spice moisturizer with shea butter, and she's wearing my robe.
We're out.
You have a reputation for being wild, but this time you really outdid yourself, borrowing hundreds of thousands of dollars. And if you don't pay it back, things really get out of hand. The refreshing taste of Coors Seltzer for your wildest of times.
My invention allows us to see what pets are thinking.
Their deep, complex thoughts are finally visible. This is truly a breakthrough.
Look, Max is buying Sonnet home and auto insurance completely online.
They're so much smarter than we thought.
Be smart like Max and save up to 20% by bundling home and auto insurance with Sonnet, the top-rated Canadian insurance company on Trustpilot.
Who loves Sonnet? You do. You do.
Take a moment, save a bundle. Visit sonnet.ca.
There's a maniac who seeks to end us all. We must do something. I'm putting together the greatest team ever. Korg.
He's my best friend.
Yes. Valkyrie.
We get to fight again.
The Guardians.
Give me those.
And Jane, the old ex-girlfriend.
Jodie Foster.
Jane Foster. You are not like the other gods of kill.
Thor: Love and Thunder. Tickets on sale now.
You're simply the best.
Pepsi Zero Sugar. The best tasting zero sugar cola. Taste the difference.
Lemons. Lemons, lemons, lemons. Look how nice they are. The moment you become an Expedia member, you can instantly start saving on your travels. So you can go and see all those lovely, lemony lemons. And never wonder if you got a good deal. Because you did.
See this? The new Mido app. It lets me set tasks and pay my kids' allowance for doing them. See that? Cleanest her room's ever been. Mom! Boundaries.
You set tasks, they earn money. Mido, helping kids learn, earn, and spend smart.
Welcome back to the closing moments of the Stanley Cup here. The Colorado Avalanche are the champions, and as mentioned, a word about Tampa. All respect, Jennifer, Kelly, and Kevin. They've went 3 years in a row, an amazing performance to play the last game of the year. So thanks to them. I want to thank our two teams. David and Elliot are down. Chris and Craig upstairs. Kyle Bukowskis did a fantastic job here. To Heather and Brian back in the studio, it was Matt and Steve some nights, David Azuma, Kathy Broderick. Jeff Giordat produced his first ever Stanley Cup here in Tampa, did the whole run for us. John Sapala, the director, all our technical staff. The season began, as I mentioned, September 25th. So you're talking 9 months and a day, traipsing all over North America. Thank you to them for the amazing job. Now, images. Our favorite tonight has to be when Nathan MacKinnon helps his captain, Gabriel Landeskog, after he blocked a shot and broke his skate blade. That's just typical of the Stanley Cup playoffs, in it together. And here he goes up on the bench, and Bo Byram does that, and then MacKinnon pushes him to receive the Stanley Cup. There's a saying I learned during the Battle of the Blades, and that is, trust is when you give up what you know for how you feel. An athlete has to, at some point, get rid of the X's and O's and get into the heart. And the heart of the matter has been this. Early in the playoffs, we saw Mika Zibanejad blow a breakaway. He wanted to see if he could do something better. Chris Kreider says, forget about that. It isn't what you've done. It isn't what you do. It's what you're capable of. And you're capable of so much, Mika. You don't need to worry about Come on now, bud. I'm with you. And then about a month later, after they finally bow out, the Rangers were a great dark horse this year. A hug, just as we saw here so many times this evening. Now here, again, during the playoff run, you get an example. There's Bo Byram and Nathan MacKinnon twice. This was MacKinnon for Louis Domingue when he needed it most. Here's Ryan Strome when he needed it. Here's Chernak when he needed it. I mean, it just goes on, this relationship that you see. Byram again tonight with Kemper. So let me bring you to the GM, Joe Sakic. He used to sit at the back of the bus when he played for the Nordiques, lamenting losing. And his teammate was Guy Lafleur, the great Guy Lafleur. They played together for 2 seasons. Not only did they play together, they roomed together. And he taught him, don't worry, Joe, at one point, things will turn. Joe at the funeral, this is an example of a great moment when Larry Robinson will pat Yvonne Cornway. Joe Sakic saw in Lafleur's speed. As you said, Kevin, he built the team on speed. When you have speed, sometimes the faster it gets, the less you need to know. Good night.
They shot a movie once in my hometown. Everybody was in it for miles around. Out at the speedway, some kind of heavy thing. Well, I ain't no movie star, but I can get behind anything. Get behind anything. Skate. Go her. Get it out, get it all out. Yeah, stretch that thing. Make it right. Listen to the sound of that rain. When a taxi driver like till the rhythm never stop.
I just wrote down here, sharp physically, sharp mentally. We are going on the hunt. You don't sit back on these guys.
Out at the Speedway.
We got to win every puck battle. Take control of this thing. That'll work there. You don't let off the gas. You keep pushing and grinding. Just play fast. Go get it here, boys.
Get behind anything. A pass to the middle. Pulock! Score!
They want an excuse. Give it to them. Attack! Attack! Now dig it in, boys. Dig it in. Let's go.
Here's McCarr. Loose it front. Arturi. Lincoln sent his team in overtime to the Stanley Cup Final. The Tampa Bay Lightning advance to the Stanley Cup Final, hoping to be crowned a dynasty.
With the Stanley Cup in the house, this game has gone to a new level.
That's how we battle, Baxter.
The dynasty will be denied, and a new legacy begins. They've reached the summit, and the Avalanche are 2022 Stanley Cup champions.
Tonight, Russia rains down fire on Kyiv. A message from Moscow as world leaders meet. We're on the ground in Ukraine as Canadian rescue crews work.
This really traumatic experience.
And a hot mic moment, poking fun at Putin. On both sides of the border, protest as abortion rights fall in the United States.
It's just about human rights.
And while pride parades march through major cities, the concern about what could come next.
I'm afraid that they might come for us.
And how did more than 20 young people die in a South African bar? The tragic mystery unfolding tonight. This is The National. Good evening, I'm Ian Hannamansing. Today, the Russian army unleashed 14 missiles on Kyiv, striking the city for the first time in weeks. Yet another wave of destruction and at least one more person killed. Among the injured, a 7-year-old girl. All of this while G7 leaders strove to present a united international front against Vladimir Putin. At the summit, Justin Trudeau was among those caught on mic mocking the Russian president. But there's no doubting the gravity of this moment. The forces at play, it seems, will only escalate. We begin in Ukraine, where missiles struck well beyond the capital. Chris Brown is in Kharkiv tonight, and he shows us the immediate, awful aftermath and meets Canadians lending a hand amid the horror.
Russia unleashed a swarm of missiles on Ukraine, which fell all weekend. Kyiv was struck several times, destroying a central apartment building in the Shevchenkivsky district and sparking a furious rescue effort.
We know the couple of people inside.
This woman was nearly crushed to death by falling concrete, but was saved. Another person didn't make it. A kindergarten building a few hundred meters away was also destroyed. The capital has recently filled up again, with people returning home, and this was the first time it had been targeted in weeks. Russia struck at other cities too. Here in Kharkiv, it is Russian artillery and missile strikes that are destroying homes and lives. Russian troops are only 20 kilometers from this city and have renewed efforts to push even closer. Here, 3 families had already moved out, but one woman and her husband had a very lucky escape.
Случилась беда.
A catastrophe happened, said Ola Bidenko. We didn't hear the explosion or even the whistle of the missiles, but 2 walls collapsed around us and the ceiling came down. Neighbors spent the morning trying to salvage whatever they could for her. Russian missiles also hit a high-rise and a medical center in Kharkiv too. These Canadians from Alberta have been witnesses to the violence for weeks. They've been assisting in rescue operations at Russian targets, from shopping malls to schools.
There was children's